Hi, this is Brendan with Cusack Prep, and in this video we're going to be discussing how you can find the sum of a finite arithmetic series. Now, the difference between finite and infinite is a finite arithmetic series is one that ends. An infinite series is one that goes on forever. What does that mean? Well, in a problem, you're going to be able to distinguish between a finite arithmetic series in one of two ways. It's either going to be something like this, and it's just going to stop. For a case like this, you can simply add those numbers. It's going to be pretty easy to figure out what the sum is. The infinite form of this same problem would be written as 1, 3, 5, 7, ... Those dots just basically mean that the series goes on forever. It doesn't stop at 7, it goes from 9 to 11 to 13, and really just goes on until infinity. When it's an infinite arithmetic series, the sum's always infinity. Sometimes you can say it doesn't exist. So we're really going to focus on the finite arithmetic series. The other way that this could be written is maybe you have something written like the sum from n equals 1 to 27 of 3n minus 8. This would be a finite series because the summation ends when you put 27 in for n. You first put 1 in for n, then 2, then 3, all the way up to 27, but it does end. It's going to be a big number, but a manageable one. Whereas the infinite would look like this. N equals 1 to infinity of 3n minus 8. So once you identify whether or not it's a finite series or an infinite series, if it's a finite series, you can apply this formula. The sum is equal to a sub 1 plus a sub n over 2 times n. To help you memorize this formula, let's just think about what's happening here. A sub 1 is the first term, a sub n is the last term, and we're dividing it by 2. So if we're taking two numbers and dividing it by 2, that really just means we're finding the average. The first term plus the last term divided by 2 gives me the average. And when I multiply the average by the number of values, that gives me what all the values add up to. You might know your average formula as this. Average is equal to the sum over n. Well, if I move this n up here, then n times the average is equal to the sum. And that's effectively what this is. We have n here, this is the average, and together it gives me the sum. Let's very quickly do a sample problem. So let's say I wanted to find the sum of problem 1 right here. Well, first I need to figure out what my first term is, a sub 1. Well, a sub 1 is the value of this when I plug in 1 for n. So 3 times 1 minus 8 gives me negative 5. A sub n is the value of the last term. In this case, a sub n is a sub 27 because that's the highest number that we go to in this particular sum. So this is going to equal 3 times 27 minus 8. That's going to be 81 minus 8, which is 73. And the number of numbers is going to be 27 because, once again, we're just counting. We start at 1 and we go up to 27. So n is going to equal 27. In order to get the sum, we're going to say the sum is then equal to my first term, which is negative 5, plus my last term, which is 73, divided by 2 times 27. Negative 5 plus 73 is 68, divided by 2 is going to give me 34. 34 times 27, well, I'll leave that to you to go ahead and put in a calculator. If you're studying for the ACT, you'll have a calculator for everything, so that's something you can just punch in. I hope that clears up how you can use the sum formula for a finite arithmetic series. Thanks for watching.